Most of us have really fond memories of Winnie the Pooh. We all grew up with the stories our parents read us or the cartoons we've seen.
I remember the books. I remember being very fond of them. I had a bear like Winnie the Pooh.
My auntie had one of the books. I remember reading it and hoping that my own dolls and teddies would come alive.
People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day.
We were always after the idea of really reintroducing just a teddy bear, just a classic vintage teddy bear, because that's his origin. That's where he came from. These were just real objects that populated a kid's bedroom and gave rise to these really wonderful stories.
People have grown up with these characters, so everyone can relate. They're just cute and simple and sweet.
I went back to A.A. Milne's stories and Shepard's drawings. I also then went back to the early drawings from Disney. What was very important to me is to capture the soul and the nostalgia of those beloved characters.
The nice thing with this film was that Marc wanted us to actually create the characters you see on set. We looked at original period teddies and toys to sort of figure out how they were made.
Great care has been taken to make sure that you do see the great love that has worn them down a little bit over time, you know, sitting in the grass in the Hundred Acre Wood.
But it was really important that Ewan could look into his eyes and feel what you might feel looking at your most loved teddy bear.
Pooh, you're here.
Are you glad to see me?
What a sweet little guy.
Yeah.
This guy has been hugged.
These characters are Disney magic. What can I say?
Oh,
Every last one of them you want to pick up and hug.
The tops are made out of rubber, check. The bottoms are made out of springs.
When we stepped on the stage for wardrobe and hair and makeup tests for our key cast, and we saw Ewan wearing his period suit and overcoat and pick up and reacquaint himself with this old friend, Winnie the Pooh, it was just magic. Because to me, that was always really the heart and soul of this movie, was that very image.
Ewan is just the perfect person to work with a stuffed bear, to be honest. He gives it life.
Ewan interacting with Pooh, I mean, he just immediately became silly. It's simultaneously adorable and funny.
I really like Christopher Robin. I really like playing him. And I realized that when I've been acting with our Winnie the Pooh, it reminds me of that old bear that I used to have.
You haven't changed a bit.
I've cracked.
I don't see any cracks. A few wrinkles, maybe.
There it is! Pepper! Stop!
Ewan has this ability to have this sort of inner child in him, because it's key that Christopher Robin carries that inner child with him, and that has been buried and forgotten.
The tree I remember was in the countryside, not here in London.
And it's important when he enters the Hundred Acre Woods that he ultimately finds his heart again.
Christopher Robin!
I missed you.
Oh, well, I've missed you too, all of you.
Your, Pooh, and our, all the gang.
All the gang. They're such different personalities that are all very sweet and fully formed.
The way they've made Piglet, I'd quite like to take him home because you could just fit him in a bag. His face is just really sweet.
I quite like Tigger because he's quite jumpy and energetic.
I'm gonna miss you, I am.
I've enjoyed working with them all on this, but I think Pooh's my favorite. Yeah, I've got very used to speaking to him.
Silly old bear.
It doesn't matter how old you are. There's something incredibly engaging, warm, and inviting, and magical about these characters.
Just want to show everybody it's the first test from Pooh. Let's have a quick look. We all recognize an aspect of ourselves in those stuffed animals, and that's why we all love them so much. But I just wanted to thank you all for all the hard work, and you guys have been amazing, and I feel like coming to an end soon, but the beginning of this, so thank you all.
Thank you, Brian.
Christopher Robin, what day is it?
It's today.
My favorite day.
Mine too.
Hi, I'm Bronte Carmichael, and I play Madeline, Christopher's daughter, in Disney's Christopher Robin. I've always loved Winnie the Pooh and all his friends.
And I am Tigger. T-I-double-G-R.
So I was really excited when I was asked to be in the live-action movie.
Action!
In this new adventure, Winnie the Pooh and his friends have been brought to life as we've never seen them before.
Does this make me look husky?
They are now walking and talking stuffed animals.
Hello?
You're talking.
Me? No, I'm not talking. Oh, well, I am now, I suppose.
But how did they do it?
Oh, no!
Well, it's quite a fascinating and magical process. First, Mark and, the director, met with some really creative people and, well, they talked. At the same time, the art department worked really hard to create the shape and the feel of those real-life stuffed animals. On set, each of these little stuffies, as we called them, came with their own puppeteer who made them move and talk, making it fun and natural to act in scenes with them. Sometimes I'd forget I was talking to a stuffed Pooh.
Did the red balloon make you happy?
That was from you.
No, it was from Christopher Robin.
When we were actually holding one of the stuffies in the scene, the visual effects team gave us these special grey stuffies.
There goes the tail.
And for walking shots, they used this. It looks quite silly here, but in the movie, it looks so real. Even while the movie was still being shot, the editor was busy cutting the film together. And when that part was ready, voice actors added their voices to the characters.
Oh, can she come play with us? Winnie the Pooh. Pooh for short.
I just love Pooh's voice. It's so gentle and friendly. Then, a team of animators worked on each character, giving them their own special animation to match their unique personalities. There goes Tigger. Look at Pooh's fur. I bet you can't tell the difference. On the left is a photo of a real-life stuffed bear, and on the right is a fully digital bear. They look exactly the same to me. Just look at the detail. You can even see Pooh's fur blowing in the breeze.
Well, I am a bear of very little brain.
And here, in the falling rain, even completely submerged underwater, it looks so lifelike. And then, of course, we can't overlook this sticky situation. That is digital honey on the fur, on the floor, everywhere.
Are you sure you wouldn't like some Christopher Robin?
What a mess.
Silly old bear.
And with a few final touches and a lot of CGI magic, Pooh and his friends have come to life. This kind of special attention to detail was put into every frame. So Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, Eeyore, and all his friends fit perfectly into the magical live-action world of Disney's Christopher Robin.
I recognize you. You're the bear in my father's drawings.
Winnie the Pooh, are we going to be friends?
Pooh's voice is like a breeze whispering through the cattails. You know, it's the sound of leaves skittering across a sidewalk.
It's just instantly recognizable.
Who's that?
That was created more recently by Jim Cummings.
It's been so long since we've been doing it, since '87 myself, so it's almost half my life.
I won't ever forget about you, Pooh. Not even when I'm 100.
I'm just honored.
He knows Pooh better than anyone, and he delivers it. You just hear his voice, and he's Pooh.
She can't be Pooh. I'm Pooh.
There's a nostalgia that just hits you right away, and a warmth.
People have asked me, what is it about that voice? Well, you know, it's not mine, to be fair. I borrowed it from the late, great Sterling Holloway. When Walt Disney was gearing up to do Winnie the Pooh, it's my understanding that he really just thought of Sterling Holloway because he was very familiar with him. The stork in Dumbo.
Oh, at last.
Kaa in Jungle Book.
So nice to see you again.
Interestingly enough, that was just his speaking voice.
I just really love doing Winnie the Pooh. It is exciting.
It's right between my falsetto and my upper register of my regular voice. And then you just sort of filter in a little bit of sand and then some whimsy. Oh, there you have it. And once you incorporate that into the beautiful simplicity and, gosh, serenity that is Winnie the Pooh, I think it grabs people.
He reacted incredibly emotionally to the screenplay, which he thought was a tearjerker and funny. But when he saw the characters for the first time, I think he was overwhelmed.
I feel like I'm meeting an old friend again for the first time. I just think all of the 100 Acre Wood characters and all these stories and all the feeling that you get, it's not tied to any fad. I'm nuts about this guy. Hi, buddy. Good to see you. Wow. It's just, it's your heart that's reacting. It's your sentimentality. They speak right to your soul. And that just doesn't go out of style.
Oh, how did you know? Mm. Mm.
Disney's Christopher Robin is a fun, adventure-filled story about lifelong friends. Christopher Robin.
Hello, everyone.
And of course, his furry bear, Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, bother.
But did you ever wonder how Winnie the Pooh and Walt Disney became friends? One night, when Walt's daughter Diane was a little girl, her mother was reading her a bedtime story. Walt heard his daughter laughing, so he came into her room to see what they were reading. Diane excitedly showed her father the book, Winnie the Pooh. Walt loved good stories with beautiful illustrations. He was so charmed by the little bear and his friends that he couldn't help but imagine them leaping from the pages of a book right into an animated film. He reached out to the author A.A. Milne in the year 1938, who, as it so happened, was a big fan of Disney movies. But Walt was so busy with other movies like Pinocchio and Fantasia, he had to wait to bring his dream of Winnie the Pooh to life. For 20 years, the joy Winnie the Pooh gave his daughter stayed in Walt's mind. Then came the day when Walt returned to the 100 Acre Wood and started the production of Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree.
Pooh Bear, there's only one thing we can do. Wait for you to get thin again.
Oh, bother.
In 1966, Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree was ready for the world to see.
I shall fly like a bee up to the honey tree.
It was so popular that 2 years later, Disney released Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day.
Happy Wednesday, Piglet.
Hello, I'm Tigger.
Walt Disney fell in love with Winnie the Pooh through the eyes of his daughter. And with the help of his new friend, Winnie the Pooh became one of Walt Disney's most beloved characters, entertaining audiences for generations to come.
Oh, are you stuck?
Yes, it would appear that I am stuck.
Have you just eaten honey?